This was the caregiver's first day on the job. He poured boiling water on his employer's legs just to see if he was truly paralyzed. While looking at a pretty woman, he fed food into his employer's eyes. He even made fun of his employer's beard because he didn't like it. But strangely enough, not only did the employer not fire him, he gave him several times more salary than others. Philip is a millionaire who became permanently paralyzed after a skydiving accident. He can only move his head. He decided to hire a caregiver. Many qualified candidates applied for the position. Some were graduates of prestigious schools, and others had a lot of experience. But Philip was not satisfied with any of them. Instead, he chose a street thug named Dirks. He knew nothing about caregiving and had even been to jail for fighting. He had just been released and was looking for a job just to get a rejection letter so he could apply for government benefits. But Philip took a liking to him and decided to give Dirks a 2-month trial period to see how it would go. The next day, Dirks showed up as promised. He planned to get the rejection letter and then leave. But the butler took him on a tour of the entire villa and even showed him the room that had been prepared for him. Dirks wasn't interested in the job at first, but when he saw the bathroom, he realized it was presidential treatment. Dirks gladly accepted the job, but Dirks was far from reliable. His carelessness almost cost Philip his life. He fell asleep in caregiving class, poured foot washing water on Philip's head, washed his feet with shampoo, and while feeding Philip, he got distracted by a female assistant and poked food into Philip's eyes. He made fun of Philip's compression socks, saying they looked effeminate. He even refused to help him use the bathroom. Friends couldn't understand why Philip would hire a thug, saying such a person had no compassion. But that was exactly what Philip wanted because Dirks treated him like a normal person. It was Dirks's easygoing attitude that made Philip feel very comfortable. He never treated Philip like a disabled person. He refused to drive the RV and instead drove a sports car, letting Philip sit in the passenger seat. They enjoyed the roar of the engine together. When they encountered illegal parking that Philip hated, Dirks would politely greet the driver. This unreliable caregiver actually gave Philip a new lease on life. One night, Philip suddenly had difficulty breathing. Dirks rushed over, gently placed a warm towel on Philip's forehead, and comforted him not to worry. At 5 a.m., Dirks wheeled Philip's wheelchair out onto the street. The fresh air made it easier for Philip to breathe. Then they went to a cafe. Their relationship became even closer. Philip was finally able to vent his inner frustrations. He said he missed his late wife and that the skydiving accident still haunted his dreams. Dirks listened attentively. Philip formally told Dirks that he had passed the trial period. Dirks was overjoyed. No one had recognized him like Philip did. Dirks became more and more professional. The street thug turned into a qualified caregiver, but then an accident happened.